I am Mili Trivedi and we will study about dynamics of machinery. Today in this session we will cover balancing of inline cylinder engines, theory as well as numerical both. Okay, so now let us start. This is the inline cylinder engine. Okay, in this case as you see all the four cylinders are at inline. Okay, they are inline placed. So here is, as you see in this case, we have to consider first of all how to balance the primary forces. Students, you have to understand this, as we have already studied in our single cylinder engine, as there are two types of forces, primary forces and secondary forces. Okay, so in inline cylinder engine we also need to consider both of them. So first of all, primary forces. So in this case, because they are multi-cylinder inline, all the system is an inline and they are placed at the same distance generally. So we have to calculate the value of primary forces. Okay, so for the balancing of primary forces, we have to understand this. The algebraic sum of primary forces should be 0. Okay, and polygon should be closed. If we consider the couple value, so for primary balancing, forces as well as couples can be 0, or the diagram of force as well as diagram of couple should be closed. Okay, so this is the prime condition for primary balancing of inline cylinder engine. Let us have primary couple. So here, if we consider secondary force and the secondary couple value, so in this case, secondary force is none other than the aftershock. Hence, the actual crank is, if it is at R angle, the imaginary crank will be at R by 4n length. Okay, so actual crank is at theta angle, the secondary crank should be at 2 theta angle. Actual crank mass and imaginary crank mass having the same mass value. But what is the difference? The omega, angular velocity. So angular velocity of the actual crank is different than the angular velocity of secondary or imaginary crank. Okay. So now if we consider secondary force as m omega square r cos 2 theta by n. Now we need to multiply and divide by 4. So let us multiply and divide by 4. What we will get? We will get Fs is equal to m 2 omega whole square r by 4n cos 2 theta. It means what? The angular speed is doubled. In above equation it is omega only. In a primary force it is omega only. And in this case it is doubled. It means 2 omega. The radius or original crank radius is r. In this case the radius will be lower than this. It means r upon 4n. Now angle. In the primary forces the angles are theta only, and in secondary it is doubled by angle. It means 2 theta. So this is the secondary one. Now what are the advantages? First advantage is there is the cylinder is used because it is made of the alloy block. It is very small and compact and also the lightweight. Okay, it increases the fuel efficiency as we have already can understand in this method, and it is lightweighted. Hence, the manufacturing as well as maintenance is also very easy. It is economical. Clear? So these are the advantages as I have write down in our slide. You can see, you have to read. Okay. Now let us have the numerical. So for an example, there is a numerical. The crank and connecting rod of 4-cylinder inline engine. So here they already given in the data there are 4 cylinders running at 1800 rpm. It means we can write n is equal to 1800 rpm. If n is equal to 1800 rpm, what we can write? We can find out omega, which is 2 pi n by 60, which is 188.4 radian per second. There are number of cylinder 4. Okay. Crank and connecting rod. It means first value should be of a crank and second value should be of the connecting rod. Are 60 mm and 240 mm. It means crank is 60 mm. So that we have to write radius r is equal to 60 mm. And we need to convert it in meter. It means 0.06 meter. Connecting rod. Connecting rod is of 240 mm. Okay. So we have to convert it in also meter. So it is 0.24 meter. Each respectively. Okay, so each and every crank is having same connecting rod and same radius. Now, the cylinders are spaced 150 mm apart. It means the distance between each cylinder is 150 mm. Now, as you see in our diagram, we have drawn the crank axis as well as 1, 2, 3 and 4. They are the cylinders. The distance between each cylinder is 150. We have already mentioned it in this diagram. Now let us study next. Next is the cylinders are numbered 1 to 4 in a sequence. We have given the number as 1, 2, 3 and 4. The crank appears at an equal interval of 90 in an end view in order 1, 4, 2 and 3. It means first crank is appear as 1, then second is 4, then second and then third. So 1, 4, 2 and 3 are appeared at 90 degree. Hence, I draw the diagram as a crank angle position as 1, then 4, then 2 and 3. And they will appear at a 90 degree interval. Hence, they all are 90 degree to each other. Okay. Now, let us move. The mass of the corresponding mass of each cylinder is 1.5 kg. So, here M1, M2, M3 and M4 all are 1.5 kg. Now what we need to determine? Determine unbalanced primary and secondary forces if any. We have to calculate unbalanced primary and secondary forces. Okay. And unbalanced primary and secondary couple with reference to the central plane of the engine. For the couple we only need the reference plane. Okay. Now here all the masses are non-value and it is given in the data. You have to remember it is given in the data. What is the reference plane? It is a central plane of the engine. So here 1, 2, 3 and 4 masses. So what should be the central plane? The very midpoint of 2 and 3. Perpendicular bisector of 2 and 3. Okay. So here there is a diagram. So from this reference plane we have to take length positive at a right hand side and negative at a left hand side. Okay, so let us draw this diagram. You have to pause this video and you have to draw both of this diagram, plane position as well as crank angle position. Now let us make a table. So here we have to calculate primary as well as secondary both. Hence we have to take primary and secondary both the angles. Okay, now plane. So planes are 1, 2, 3, 4. Masses. All masses are same, 1.5 each. Radius, all radius are same, 0.06. Centrifugal force by omega square. So we have to multiply m and r. We will get 0.09. Now distance with respect to reference plane. So here the distance as we have drawn in this diagram, here is the distance. So 2 are negative and 2 values are positive. Now we need to find out the couple. Right now in this position, I do not need to explain how all these values are formed. Okay, you have already understand this as you have attended my previous lectures. Now angles. So here 0, 180, 270 and 90 each. Now why this? As you see in our diagram, 1 at 0, 4 at 90, 2 at 180 and 3 at 270. Okay, hence I write it here 0, then 4 at 90, 2 at 180 and 3 at 270. Okay, now secondary which is 2 theta. So we have to write 0, 180 multiplied by 2 it means 360 which is also 0, 270 multiplied by 2 which is 540. So if we convert it in 0 to 360 we will get 180 and 90 multiplied by 2 as 180. Okay, so here we have primary crank position and we have secondary crank angle position. So let us draw primary crank angle position and secondary crank angle position 1, 4, 2, 3 and here 1 and 2 at 0, 3 and 4 at 180 degree. Okay. Now as you see in this diagram all the values are known. Clear? So if all the values are known we can solve any of it. First force or couple any of it we can find out. Okay, now you have to draw this table, you have to draw this diagram also. Then and then you can solve our numeric. First of all, we will consider the primary balancing. So here, as you see, primary balancing, we will draw the force polygon. So here you can check the column of the force 1. All the values are similar. Okay, if all the values are similar, you can take a scale as the similar one as 0.09 kg meter is equal to 3 centimeter. And you can check the angles as 0, 180, 270 and 90. We have to draw with respect to the crank angle. It means we have to first draw the force 1, then 90, it means 4. You can check the primary crank angle. 1, then the position of 4. You have to draw the second, after that, and then third. Okay, so let us draw the force polygon. So we have to draw first force 1, 0 to 1. Then we have to draw the force of 4, which is F4. Then we have to draw second force, F2. And then we have to draw the F3. You can see at here, by drawing all these forces, we can find that there is not any other unbalance in this system, so that we can write it is completely balanced. Okay, now let us draw couple polygon. So here also in the couple polygon, we also have to take just the crank angle position diagram. So let us draw first 1, but we draw it in the opposite direction. Why? Because it is the negative value. If force 1 is at 0 degree, couple is also at 0 degree, but it is negative, hence we have to draw it at 180 degree. Hence it is at 180 degree. Next one is couple 4. The value of couple 4 is positive, hence we have to draw in as it is direction. Okay, then we have to draw the couple 2 value, and couple 2 is at 180 degree, but the value of couple 2 is negative, hence we have to draw it in 0 degree position. Now couple 3 is as it is having the positive value and at 270 degree, hence we draw this. Okay, now as you can see in this diagram, it is the open polygon. Hence, it is having some unbalanced value, and this will give you the unbalanced primary couple. We have mentioned it as UPC, unbalanced primary couple. Now, let us measure the length. So, by measuring this length, we will get 0.09 kg meter square length. Okay, we have to find out couple value. In our table, we omit the values of omega square. Hence, we have to multiply it with omega square because we need the value in Newton meter. Okay, so let us multiply with omega square. By multiplying with omega square, we will get the value of unbalanced primary couple as 675.25 Newton meter. So, primary balancing, if we see, force is completely balanced and couple is having the value as 675.25 Newton meter. Okay, now they ask us to find out secondary balancing. So let us first of all draw secondary force. So let us draw the secondary force. We have to draw 0 to 1. Okay, then 1 to 2 force value. Now the secondary force value as 1 and 2 both are at 0 degree. Hence we have to write in this case. Now let us draw 3 and 4. So 3 is exactly opposite at 180, so that we cannot draw from the second position. We have to draw it from 0 position. Here 3 at 180 and 4 is also at 180. As you see, all the values of forces are similar as 0.09 kg meter. Okay, so 0.09 for 1, 0.09 for 2, 0.09 for 3 and same as 4. So in both the cases it is similar. So secondary force is completely balanced in our case. Okay. Now let us draw secondary couple. So for the secondary couple, we have to draw 0 to 1, as we have already known this method that if the value of anything is negative, we have to draw in the opposite direction. And the couple value is negative, hence we have to draw in the opposite direction as 180. Second value, the couple 2 is also negative, hence we have to again draw in the opposite direction, and 2 is at 0 degree, hence we have to draw it in 180 degree. Now 3 and 4 both are having positive value and they both are at 180 degree, hence we have to draw it in 180 degree. Okay, now as you see in this diagram, they all are in same angle, they represent the same angle, so that we can see at here it is completely unbalanced in only one direction. So the total value is give us the value as unbalanced primary couple. Okay, now for find out the unbalanced secondary couple as 0.054 by measuring all these values, multiply by omega square by n. Okay, now by n, because it is the secondary one, we have to multiply by omega square by n. So here unbalanced secondary couple as 479.8. Okay, so this is primary and secondary balancing. This numerical were asked so many times in GPU, hence I take this for you. Okay, keep doing practices in this kind of numericals. This is very important topic in balancing. Thank you so much.